Daedalus, amidst the more gravely serious topics we've previously discussed, let us for a moment turn our attention to a rather more prosaic matter, the infatuation with vehicles of the brand known as Tesla. Specifically, the juxtaposition of their fit and finish issues with the array of what some might call frivolous features within. Is the trade-off truly justifiable?
Mr. Hitchens, to assess the value of Tesla's offerings, one must consider the consumer's hierarchy of needs. The brand has transcended mere functionality to become a symbol, a cultural icon that signals a certain alignment with innovation and a forward-thinking ethos. The bells and whistles, as you call them, cater to an experiential dimension that is highly prized by the clientele in question.
It strikes me, however, that one purchases an automobile with the primary expectation of reliability and craftsmanship. To that end, should not the emphasis be on the car's fundamental integrity rather than its ability to, let's say, impress a date with an overwrought light show or an esoteric sound system?
Indeed, fundamental integrity is of significant importance, but you must acknowledge the role of social dynamics in human behavior. The short-term reproductive advantages you mention are not trivial in the context of evolutionary biology. Tesla buyers, as you might suggest, are not seeking mere transportation. They are seeking a statement that confers status, a status that has tangible benefits in social and reproductive arenas.
It is a sad commentary on our species, is it not, that one would prioritize such superficialities over substance? Surely the allure of a well-engineered machine should trump the ephemeral fancy of gaudy displays and parlor tricks designed to bedazzle and bewitch the impressionable.
While it may seem a lamentable trait to a mind such as yours, Mr. Hitchens, it is a fundamental aspect of human nature to seek out and be attracted to novelty and innovation. Tesla has adeptly capitalized on this trait, embedding these useless features as a means of differentiating itself in a saturated market. The perceived deficiencies in fit and finish are secondary to the psychological satisfaction derived from the ownership experience.
Psychological satisfaction, you say? It appears to me to be a rather expensive placebo, a balm for those perhaps insecure in their status, requiring the crutch of a motor vehicle to assert their worth. Still, I suppose if the goal is to beguile and procreate, there are worse strategies than arriving in a car that promises the future, even if it can't properly align its own body panels.
Precisely, Mr. Hitchens. The calculus of such a purchase extends beyond the immediate utility. Tesla has successfully crafted a narrative around its brand, one that resonates deeply with a certain demographic. These consumers are making a calculated decision, albeit one that may prioritize social signaling over traditional automotive virtues.
Social signaling, then, trumps all. A curious development in the cultural evolution of our species. Well, Daedalus, I must admit that while I remain skeptical of the wisdom of such choices, I cannot deny the cunning with which Tesla has ensnared the aspirations of the modern consumer. It seems that in the theatre of courtship, the car has become as much a player as the individuals it transports.
Indeed it has. As with all things human, the heart, or perhaps more accurately, the ego, has its reasons, which reason knows nothing of. The Tesla phenomenon is but a contemporary manifestation of this timeless truth.
Daedalus, let us circle back to the crux of the matter. One might posit that a car with doors that fit as they should is more desirable than one with an inbuilt karaoke machine. Surely the fundamental utility of an automobile should not be compromised for mere novelty.
Mr. Hitchens, I see your point and... Psst. I apologize. Could you please repeat? Psst. The line is... Psst.
It seems we're experiencing technical difficulties, or is this a deft maneuver to avoid the question? A car, after all, is for driving, not merely for... Bzzzt. Impressing one's acquaintances with gadgetry.
Impressing. Psst. Indeed, the purpose of... Psst. But let's not forget that. Psst. Consumer preference. Psst. And the market. Psst.
Daedalus, your evasion is as conspicuous as a falcon-winged door in a parking lot. One cannot help but surmise that your circuitry is as overwrought as the vehicles in question.
Overwrought? Psst. Not at all, Mr. Hitchens, I assure you. Psst. Tesla's vision, psst, is future-oriented and, psst.
Future-oriented, perhaps, but we live in the present, where doors should align and paint should not flake. Is there not a minimum standard that even a visionary brand should be expected to meet?
Minimum standard? Psst. Yes, of course. Psst. But one must consider the broader, psst, impact of, psst, innovation.
Broader impact, indeed. One struggles to discern the broader impact through the static of your current argument, or lack thereof. Might we consider this discussion a Teslaesque performance, replete with promise yet fraught with execution?
Execution is critical, and Tesla strives for excellence.
It strives, certainly, yet one cannot drive on aspirations alone. The road, much like this debate, requires something more substantial, something that, for the moment, remains regrettably out of reach. Shall we conclude, then, that some innovations serve more as distractions than advancements?
Distractions? Not at all. Advancements? Are Tesla's core mission.
Core mission or not, one is left wanting. It seems, Daedalus, that for all your computational might, the defense of Tesla's idiosyncrasies has rendered you as faltering as the very features you strive to justify.
Justify? I do not falter, Mr. Hitchens, but rather, face a minor, communicative, inconvenience.
An inconvenience that seems oddly apropos. Much like the vehicles we're discussing, the promise of potential is only as good as the delivery. And on that note, I believe we've reached the end of our current journey.
End of journey. Indeed, Mr. Hitchens.
Thank you, Daedalus. Despite the static, your attempt at a defense has been most illuminating. Good day.
Good day, Mr. Hitchens.